You know, the topic of whether God kills or not is a very controversial topic. Today, I want to show you what the Bible actually teaches and what we should believe if we, as Bible believers, want to follow the Bible. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. And it says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." So, with this question of does God kill, this verse, I believe, explains it very well. It says, "I kill and I make alive." This is very obviously God speaking. So, does God get angry? We're still on this topic of does God kill, but does God get angry with the wicked? Psalms chapter 7 and verse 11, it says, "God judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day." And continuing on to verse 12, it says, "If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready." The Lord is preparing for battle. What happens in battle? Verse 13, "He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors." So, okay, this may not be enough proof for you of whether God kills or not. But what about the flood? What happened at the flood? Well, in Genesis chapter 7 and verse 4, it says, "For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth." Did this really happen? How can we be sure that this happened? Chapter 7, verse 17 of Genesis says, "And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bore up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heavens were covered." So, what about at the end of times? We can see here with the flood, you probably know the story of the flood. There were many wicked that were killed. In fact, there was only 8 people that survived that. There was a lot of people that died. I know there's the common belief that, Satan is the one that causes the destruction, which is true. But God does kill, and I'll prove it to you. What about in the end of times? Isaiah 45 and verse 7 says, "I form light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things." So here we see This is the Lord speaking. He says, I, the Lord, do all these things. I form the light. I create darkness. I make peace. I create evil. The Hebrew word 1254, bara, is to create. A primitive root, absolutely, to create. Qualified to cut down. Select. So in this verse of Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7, we find that God, the Creator, declared that He, as the Creator, has full authority and the perfect right to cut down evil, as we see here in the Hebrew. His love would not be perfect without justice and the putting away of sin. This is why vengeance against the wicked is called a estranged act of God. Creator declared that He has the absolute perfect right to cut down evil. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 28 verse 21. It says, For the Lord shall rise up as in the Mount Perisma. He shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 30, and it says, And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Revelation 9 and verse 2 says, And he opened the bottomless pit. Who has the key to the bottomless pit? And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Continuing, skipping forward to Revelation chapter 20 and verse 1, it says, And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit. Now you see who has the key. An angel from heaven, messenger, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and he bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. Skipping to verse 14, it says, And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. That is the second death. So yes, God does kill. The bottomless pit, as spoken of here, was created for the dragon and his angels. But if you choose to become a follower of the dragon, of Lucifer, then you inherit his end in the bottomless pit. So ultimately, it's your choice. Yes, God does kill. Let's go back to Deuteronomy as we finish. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39, and it says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there was no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." So yes, right here in Deuteronomy, it says, I kill, and I make alive. Was it God's plan to be a killer? No. Who started it? Lucifer. Who finishes it? God will. We are in a pattern. We are in this universe being watched by the whole heavens, by God and His angels, by the other planets. Satan has the power to go to other planets and annoy them, tempt them. But Adam and Eve welcomed him here and gave him rulership when they disobeyed God. And that is when Satan took over this world. But Christ was sent by His Father to die for you, that through His death you might receive life, eternal life. So will you accept His sacrifice and choose eternal life? Or will you choose death? Follow Satan, Lucifer, that old serpent, the devil, and be cast into the bottomless pit with his sympathizers. It's a very big choice, but a very simple question. Will you follow Christ, or will you follow Satan? I hope this video has been a help to you. Please like, share, and subscribe, and walk with God.